Hello, my beautiful friends. Today we are jumping back into manifestation and becoming the highest version of yourself, falling back in love with life. And in order to do that, we are going to talk about how to turn back on your GPS to the fastest route to your dream life. We all have these internal GPSs, our intuition inside of us that is leading us and guiding us on the fastest route to our dream life. That version of you that you are dreaming of that has the car, the house, the job. There is a route that is so fucking quick to get to. And the best part about having a GPS is when you take a wrong turn, it will always reroute itself. When you are driving somewhere you've never been before and you have it plugged into your GPS and you take the wrong turn, your GPS will always reroute itself to get you exactly where you need to go, and it'll always pick the fastest, most efficient route in order for you to get there. We all have this intuition inside of us that is trying to get us there. The problem is, the more that we do not listen to our intuition, the quieter it becomes. You know, when you have your GPS on and it's talking to you and it's like telling you to take a right in 500 meters, take a left in 200 meters. You can turn the sound off of that GPS and then you're just going off of visuals. But how it works with our intuition is when we turn that sound off, there not necessarily is visuals, though the intuition and their GPS will always be there trying to get us to go back on the route we're supposed to be on, the quickest route to get to what it is that we're dreaming of. It just becomes a little bit harder and harder to hear that voice or to understand what is that feeling, to know the right feeling from the wrong feeling, the feeling of your anxiety telling you not to do something, or is it the feeling of your intuition actually guiding you not to do something because you're not supposed to, because it's going to take you down a wrong path, because it's going to take you 10 times longer. This is what we're going to dive into this video, the importance of it, how to turn that GPS back on, how to actively practice listening to your intuition to get you to that life that you're dreaming of. And the very first thing I want you to do is think of your dream version of yourself, the highest version of yourself, the one that you're constantly thinking of, that has, the new car, the new SUV, they're living, maybe that you've moved countries, the version of you that you want to be live somewhere warmer, they have a beautiful backyard, maybe they do lots of gardening. This version of you is very confident, like not necessarily all the material things that they have, but also the way that your highest version of yourself feels. How does she feel? How does she walk? What is the clothing that she wears? How does she talk to herself? How does she talk to others? How does she present herself? How does she show up in her business? How does she show up on social media? How does she show up with her family? Like, really analyze all of the specifics of who that woman is, that dream version of you. Who is she? What does she love? Where does she go to eat? What are her hobbies? What are the things that just bring her joy? Who is she? Every little aspect of her. Really, really think of her. This is going to help you see her, but also see where you are in your life and maybe the things that you're not doing that she would be doing. Like maybe she gets up early and she goes for a walk or a run and you never do that because you keep thinking, oh, I'm not her yet. I'm not her yet, so I'm not going to do that. Though you have this feeling every single day when you wake up in the morning, it's especially when it's nice outside, to go for a run. That is your intuition calling to you. But instead you don't, because you don't think that you're her yet. Though your intuition, your GPS is saying, hey, but if you start going for runs today, that's a part of that. That's the right turn to get to her. Is by doing those runs, is by going on those walks, is by reading that book, is by going to the cafe. That's one of those turns that I'm giving you, I'm showing you, so that you can have this dream life that you're dreaming of. Because it's not like one day you're just going to wake up and you're going to be her and you're going to have the thing and the car is magically going to be in your driveway and your house is going to automatically change and you're going to a different job and you have all of these things. That's not how it happens. It happens one bit at a time, not even a little bit or slowly, because there's a lot of times and a lot of people that can do these quantum leaps and these big jumps in a matter of like a month, in a matter of a year, which might sound long, but in reality it's a short period of time to completely do a 180 on your entire life. But all of these little feelings of, maybe I should start with that, maybe I'm gonna eat differently, maybe I'm gonna start making the sourdough, I recently started sourdough, maybe I'm gonna do this. These are the little hinters that are going to be your rights and your left turns and your roundabouts, whatever it may be, to get to her. So write it down. Write down, who is this girl? Who is this woman that you're dreaming of? What does she do? Where does she work? All of those things. really understand who this woman is, because that is your final destination for this part of your life. Because I promise, when you become her, there's going to be another version of another woman of her that you want to become. Your dreams never end. They always continue to get bigger. You continue to grow more, learn more, and want more and desire more, which you should. You're supposed to want more. That is the beautiful thing about life. But if you don't know who she is, you are driving without a GPS. You are just turning left and right and going straight and taking roundabouts, making U-turns. You have no idea where you're going, and your GPS also doesn't know where it's going. It's just following you on the little blip, being like, okay, we're going straight. Well, now we're turning. Well, now we're going this way, whatever. You haven't punched anything into the GPS. That's why you need to create this life, so that your GPS, your intuition, knows where it's trying to take you. Because it will try to take you places to maybe find. If you don't know this version yet, your intuition is going to take you places to find that version of yourself that you want to be. It's going to take you down roads to help you better understand yourself and understand the things that you like, the things that you don't like, the people that you want to be surrounded by. It's going to take you through these lessons. Your intuition is helping you figure out what this ideal version of yourself is. And this version of you can change. It's completely okay to change. It's completely okay for you to change the car that you want, and to change the place that you want to live, and to change the career path that you want. Nothing is set in stone. Your GPS will always reroute you to the fastest route to get to that new version that you want to become. But how do you actually discern from inspired action, from your intuition calling you to do something, and from your fight, flight, fear, or fawn? These fight, flight, or fawn, because you can be in one of two. And if you have a voice that's talking to you, now some people will hear it in a voice, like I will hear some sort of voice talking to me for my intuition. Some people feel it, they'll have like this gut feeling, right? How do you know which one it is? How do you know it's your intuition and you're supposed to do it, or it's just speaking from fear? Which in reality, if you're ever feeling of fear, you're feeling of nervousness, you're feeling unsafe, all of those feelings are from your fight and flight response, okay? So when they're coming from that, I really need to hone in to the way that you feel when these things come up. They might feel uncomfortable. That is okay, because when you are growing, you must be uncomfortable. You are expanding your sphere of what you believe is possible. However, being a little bit uncomfortable is completely different from being completely fearful and backing away and sheltering down and people pleasing and all of these things. Your intuition is not going to feel like that. Your intuition should feel happy, it should feel exciting, it should feel maybe nerve-wracking, because sometimes you're going to be pushed to do something new. But the more that you can listen to the feelings that you have or listening to your intuition, another good practice about this is to journal it out the same way that you're going to journal at the beginning of this, your dream version of yourself. Also take some time to journal out, what would it look like? What would your day look like if you followed your intuition from start to end? How would your day feel if you followed your intuition from start to end? Who are the people that you would surround yourself with? Who are the people that you surround yourself with when you are following your intuition? What are the things that you do when you're following your intuition? Write these things down, because they help to bring awareness to you, to start to turn the volume back up on your GPS voice that's going to tell you to take a left in 500 meters. Another journal prompt that you can do is, what does it feel like when you don't follow your intuition? What does it feel like, and who are the people around you when you don't follow your intuition? What would your day look like if you didn't follow your intuition from start to end? This is just going to bring that awareness to help you better understand the feelings that you're going to feel when it is your intuition talking to you versus not. Your intuition and your GPS will also only come in the present moment. It'll only come in the present moment. So the moment you have this incline to, maybe you really want to go outside. I just have this tug to, go outside to the coffee shop today, right? Then you start overthinking in your head on when you're going to get there, the time that you're going to leave, the weather. That is not in the present moment. That is so focused on the future and everything else that's going to happen. That is not how your intuition is speaking to you. It's not going to give you the whole roadmap. It's going to give you one step of right now in this moment that you can do. And even if you condense it on a little bit further, maybe it's when you wake up in the morning and your anxiety is being like, I just want to stay in bed all day. You're acting from that fear, but your intuition is saying, I really want to get dressed. I really want to wear that new outfit. I really want to put on that dress. I really want to, drink the coffee. I really want to do this, right? Those thoughts and that feeling and that voice, it feels good. It feels lively. Your emotions are so important. I've said this in other videos. Your emotions are energy in motion. The quickest way that you're going to bring in and create this life is through the ways that you feel. So when you feel good about doing something, you have inspired action to do that. It feels good. It feels right. It feels great. You feel alive when you're doing those things. And when it's something you're not supposed to be doing, it's not that inspired action, you don't feel great. You feel grummy. You feel like sleepy, tired, exhausted, energetically drained. You're surrounded by people that are draining you. That is not your inspired action. And that is not your GPS going to get you to where you need to go. That is you taking all these other turns that are making it take so much longer for you to get to where you want to be. And so you keep asking, why is it taking me so long? It's taking you so long because you're not listening to your intuition and acting, having that inspired action to follow through on what it's calling you to do. Since your intuition is always coming in the present moment, and to be able to better hear it, meditating is a great way to help that voice and that feeling be amplified and become easier and simpler for you to point out, yes, that is my intuition, that is the GPS calling to me, versus that is my fear response, that is my fight response, this is my anxiety speaking to me. There's a lot of guided meditations you can do on YouTube. If you're new to meditation, you've never done it before, I strongly recommend doing some sort of guided meditations because it can be a lot simpler to sit there and actually meditate. But even if you do it for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes every single day, eventually you can be able to go longer, but it helps you listen to your intuition more and quiet your mind to know what route you're supposed to take next, and regulate your nervous system. Your fight and flight and your anxiety and your fawn and fear is all through a dysregulation of your nervous system. So if we can work on regulating your nervous system, you're going to be able to better hear your intuition and follow your intuition. In return, get to where you want to go quicker. The more that you listen to your gut and your intuition calling to you, the easier it will be to hear it, but you will start to see the dots begin to connect on how it is leading you to that goal that you have. Your first incline and string and tug might be to go to a coffee shop. But while you're at that coffee shop, you might meet somebody and have an amazing conversation, and that person then becomes an amazing new friend that you've been praying for. They become a new client, they become a business partner, they become, that photographer that you've been looking for to start up that project. Or it might be as simple as you have a tug to go to a store that you've been thinking of, or you've seen it the other day, and so you go and you find out that the dress that you really wanted, that you've seen online somewhere, they actually have it, and it's having a crazy sale. You just got tugged to get the cutest outfit ever for the most amazing price. Or you're getting tugged to go on a trip, or you're getting tugged to go somewhere, and when you're there you have such a spiritual connection, and you just feel recharged when you leave. You have a better understanding of your purpose and where you're supposed to go in life, and you just feel like all these answers came to you on this trip. All of these times when you're getting these tugs, when you're getting this inner voices speaking and calling to you, it's helping you, directing you, and showing you the routes that you're supposed to take. So many of us get stuck on these roundabouts, these traffic circles. We're going round and round and round and round and round because we've taken a couple turns and we don't have anything plugged into our GPS, and we're wondering why every day looks the exact same. Why do we feel unfulfilled? Feel like something is missing. I'm starting to get depressed, which depression is literally your body screaming at you that you're being somebody that you're not supposed to. That is why you're sad. That is why you're depressed. You're in a deep rest state, and your body wants to be lively. It wants to be active. It wants to be your authentic self. But you keep going in circles and circles and circles, and it has no idea where it's supposed to direct you. Your intuition doesn't know where it's supposed to direct you, and you've quieted it out so much that you're starting to feel lost. And the society as a whole has done a really great job at getting us to quiet our intuition, especially in the school system. So we really have to work on hearing our intuition more, strengthening our intuition. Just like a muscle, the same way that you work out, it will get stronger and it will get louder. But it's time for you to turn the volume back onto your intuition, back onto your GPS. Plug in your dream destination, no matter how crazy it may sound to where you are right now. Turn the volume up all the way, and every single time you hear that voice say, in 300 meters take a left, in 500 meters take a right, you do that. Every time it tells you, maybe we should go call so-and-so, maybe we should go check out this new shop, maybe instead of taking the regular way to work, I'm gonna take a different way, maybe instead of going here, I'm gonna go there. Every time your intuition speaks to you, follow it. It is trying to get you to your destination as quick as possible, and you will get there.